Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. You're down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. During those times, I accumulated some good stories. I'm going to share one with y'all today. If you happen to like the story, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I drop a story, you'll be notified ASAP, and you can hop on it whenever you're ready. Also, I rap. Do not get it twisted. The flow is nothing like Curtis Blow. All you got to do, go to my YouTube playlist, scroll down to gas stations, and you're going to see some of my music there. And I guarantee you're going to find something that you like. Now, let me hop right up into this story. So this story right here takes place in Ironwood, on the B Yard. I'm going to say probably about the year 2000. Now, for whatever reason, sometimes when you're doing time, you're doing time with a whole lot of people or whatever, some people just don't like you right off the gate, for whatever reason, man. And like I say, at that time, I'm a smaller dude. I'm probably about 160 pounds. I wear glasses, and they some like rim glasses with some gold. So of course, I know those glasses made me appear to be a little bit studious, probably square looking. And sometimes people will see you and their first impression will be that this dude is a square or whatever. And I get it, because I'm guilty of doing the same thing sometimes. I might see a person, or may have saw a person in a pair of glasses in prison, and like, what is this little nerd bookworm doing cat up in here? So, I definitely understand it, and I definitely get it, right? Now, the dude who I end up getting into it with in particular, I can't even remember his name, right? But I do remember what hood he was from. And initially I wasn't gonna say it, man, but the dude was from East Coast, right? But I don't remember his name, right? Shout out to my nigga Hat. My nigga Hat was also there from East Coast, right? He was on the yard too at the same time. Now, me and the dude, right, who I get into it with, we are in the same building. It was me, my homie, my partner, man, Spook from Trey Gangster, my boy, man, shout out to Baby Crazo from Raymond. You guys may see him a lot on Kev Mac. That was my everyday guy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have him on here pretty soon, man. So shout out to him as well. It was a few of us up in the building, right? And like I say, for whatever reason, I started noticing that this dude is doing lightweight, weird stuff, making these little snide remarks or whatever. And for whatever reason, he don't like me right now. So one day, me and Spook from Trey, we playing dominoes against the dude who I end up getting into it with and his partner. So now we not gambling, we just playing for fun, in the day room, passing time. Now, every now and then, Spook call some money that's really not there. He just clowning. He'll slam a bone down, be like 15. And then the dude will look, hey, hold on, man, that ain't no 15. Then, Spook did it again a time or two. 25. He'll slam up. And the dude said, hold on, man. He said, man, I know what? Y'all better stop calling fake money. I know that. Y'all better stop calling fake money. But the dude is like, he's directing his comments toward me. And like I said, keep in mind, y'all ain't called nothing. It's Spook that's calling all the fake money. You know what I'm saying? But each time he say it, he looking right at me. He ain't said nothing to Spook, And so, maybe a day or two later, I happen to be out in the day room, and I'm showing somebody some pictures, some of my pictures and stuff of my homie and my wife at the time, what I'm saying. And so my wife was a very attractive lady, and so while I'm showing the pictures to somebody, I see him in the background. He making like, this dude is in the background when I show the picture of my wife. He's back there making like sexual motions and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I seem like really kind of lightweight disrespectful. So I seem in my peripheral or whatever, but I don't say nothing to him, this dude. So basically, this dude is doing this type of stuff that I guess he think that, I'm soft, he got one or whatever. I don't know exactly what, this dude's problem was, right? So, fast forward a couple of days later, we outside playing basketball. Now, normally Spook don't really play basketball. So, this is during like the first half of the day in the morning when they let us out. You'll normally have the guys that can really play. They come out there and play or whatever. This is the second part of the day, and so we out there playing basketball, and we probably needed just somebody extra to play or whatever. And we said, come on, Spook, we need one more. So he got on the court. Now, my boy Spook, he is originally from Belize, and Spook was probably about 5'5", 5'6", cool dude, man. Like I say, that was my dude too. We used to chill all the time. And so we on the basketball court. So now we happen to be on opposite teams now. So the teams is this. It's me and the dude who doesn't like me. We happen to be on the same team. It's 4 of us playing, and his Spook is on the other team. So now, like I said, Spook don't normally play basketball. This is the first time I've ever even seen him get on the basketball court. So I'm out there, I'm messing with him, I'm guarding him, You can tell that when he shoot, he don't really play a whole lot, So I'm messing with him and stuff. And I'll back up off him and let him shoot, and he makes a couple buckets. Now, the dude who don't like me, he's guarding another dude on Spook's team, and the dude that he's guarding on Spook's team is the best player on the team, so he's scoring a whole lot of buckets. So, at the end of the game, they ended up winning that game. So, okay, so I said, okay, man, this next game, let me guard the dude that you was guarding, you know what I'm saying, and you guard Spook, because now, me and Spook's little thing is over now that we done lost. I'm, okay, now I'm trying to win this next game. So the dude was like, man, what you talking about, man? Your man making the buckets. I said, no, don't trip on that, homie. I said, I ain't tripping. Just let me guard this dude, because I feel that my defense was better than this dude's. And I'm going to shut him down more. Oh, man, well, you need to stop Spook from making the buckets. I said, homie, listen, you tripping on all that, man. I just want to guard this dude, man. So, because this dude is making a lot of shots. Oh, who you talking to? You ain't going to tell me who to guard, you buster? This is what the dude say to me, or something along those lines. I said, man, who the hell you think you talking to, you buster-ass motherfucker? I say what I say, right? So, I guess the dude was shocked that I would even respond like that, right? So, he turned around and throw his fist up like he want to chunk. So I turn around. I'm like, what's up? So Spook said, hey, chill, man. The guard is right there. It was a guard standing right in front of the building, getting some shade, literally like maybe 15, 20 feet away from us. So dude like, yeah, that's all right. Let's go to the chapel and get this squabble out the way. I said, you ain't said nothing. So we walk over there to the chapel to go squab. But when we get to the chapel, the door is locked. So we walk back, later on they do an inline, which is when they announce inline, if anybody's outside and you want to come inside and go in your cell, you can go in your cell. They do an inline every hour on the hour at maybe like 12:15, 1:15, or whatever time they done it at, right? So now when I go to the cell, I go to my cell and stuff, maybe about 2 minutes later, when I'm in the cell, he come over there and knock on the window. He like, hey, man, yeah, we got to get that fade about the way, homie. We got to get that fade about the way. So what we going to do on the next unlock, we just going to get up under the TV, man, because I need my fade. I'm like, okay, I ain't tripping. Now, to keep it 100 with y'all, at that time, I was selling a little bit of weed, I had went out to a visit and got some weed, and I probably had about $500-$600 of weed out on the line. I give it to people. They would go to the store and pay me in canteen. And so I definitely wasn't really trying to get caught up and lose all my money. But hey, whatever, if it's got to get cracking, it's got to get cracking, So I let a couple of my homies know, hey, man, in the event I get caught up, this dude owe me, this dude owe me, this dude owe me, so on and so forth. Right. And also to keep it 100, the way this dude is adamant and pushing the line about wanting to squabble and get down, okay, I'm thinking this dude got a little bit of chunkum game on him or whatever, right? So now the next unlock, we go up under the TV. So now the way the building is in Ironwood, if you come into the building, it's like they call it the rotunda. You come from outside, the door slides open, you come into the rotunda. The hallway is maybe about 5 or 6 feet. Solid concrete on each side. The building is almost like a U. You can go to when you come in the rotunda and you go straight forward, maybe after you walk about 5 or 6 feet, you come into the day room. It's a big old giant day room, and they had a podium at the desk. The podium at the desk is where 2 officers sit. They had maybe about 10 feet off the ground. They had a gun tower, and which was another officer in the gun tower, and he watched everything going on. He had a Mini 14 and also a block gun. Now, so if you go to the left, the wall comes around, and there's a day room on the left-hand side. Now that day room in particular happened to be the black day room. It had some tables, some benches, a TV, and stuff like that. And then if you go to the right, the other day room was for the Southern Hispanics and the whites. And so how they would do the unlock is the guard would come over here. He started the door one, and he'd walk along he walk along that U pattern that I told you about. Now, when he's walking along, the guard in the tower is watching him. Now, if a person wants to come out their cell, you either stand by your cell, and if you're in your cell, you flash the lights. The guard will stop at that cell and hold his hand up, and the guard in the tower who controls the cells being unlocked, he would open that cell. And so basically the guard is focusing on the other guard. So now when of course when he gets to the end of the U and starts going, it goes this way, the guard is walking on him, and now we can get up under the TV. It's a blind spot because the TV is on the left side of the guard who's in the tower. And so, you know, we went and let everybody know, hey man, we got to get a squabble out the way or whatever. So, you know, give us a little room, watch out on the black side of the day room. All the blacks got out the way, you know. So now when the guard got like in the middle of that U and started, you know, walking on the straight path to go on the other side, is that's when we got up under the TV. So we go get up under the TV, and like I said, I'm expecting old boy to have a little squabble because he got big mouth game. The boy is woofing, you know what I'm saying? And so we get up under the TV. And he, you know, we squabble up. He throw a punch, a wild punch. I see this dude can't fight a lick. You know, I say to myself, oh, I got this dude. You know, this dude can't fight a lick. So I step back a little bit. He throw another wild punch. I step back. Bing, boom, bop, boom. I get up on him. You know, I'm busting him up. Bing, boom, boom. Lefts and rights with all my might. Bing, bing, bop, boom, bop. I'm telling you, this dude ain't got one punch in. This dude is throwing wild haymakers. Now, after about the second or third time, he come rushing me with his head down, and I'm tattooing his face. Beep, bop, boop, bop. Now, this dude has started to back up. Now, I see it in his demeanor. Now, he then went from being offensive in the fight to being totally defensive, you know. And so, now, as they doing the unlock, of course, after the guard walks around the whole U part, he comes back again because he's letting people who went in their cell, they go around twice. So he walks around, and then he comes back around to let you out of the cell, or you can go back in the cell again and stay, whatever you want to do. So now when he comes start walking back, the dude who I get into it with after I done busted him up, he goes and sits down. So now when the guard comes back and he's walking back around, and he's, you know, he gets in that middle part again where, you know, if we want to go fight again, I tell him, hey, what's up? Let's go get that round two. He say, you want to fight again? I said, yeah, round two. Let's get this about the way. So we get back up under the TV. And like I said, man, this dude could not fight a lick. If this dude got into it with a G.I. Joe figure, I don't honestly know if he'd win or not. So we get up under the TV again. Like I say, keep in mind, this is round two. So we get up under the TV. Now he got his hands up in front of him, but he's backing up. He's totally on the defense. So now I slide up on him. Bing, bing. I give him 1-2. The dude holler, oh, cuz. So I step back and laugh because the way he hollered, oh, cuz, is like I had just dope fiended him out the blue. Homie, we've been over here fighting. This is the second round. So what you hollering? Oh, cuz. Like you don't know what's going on. So I get up on him again. Boop, bop, boop, bop. The dude couldn't fight a lick, right? So I bust him up real proper like. And afterwards, you know, we go back over there. When they come back around, you know, he come up to me, we shake hands, and it's over. He go ask somebody if they got some aspirin or something. You know, I was putting them lefts and rights on him, you know. And like I say, I'm pretty sure it was due to my glasses why this dude assumed that he was gonna be able to whoop me, right? Now, every time I seen him after that day or the next day, he would nod, hey, what's up, homie? How you doing? You know, now he's speaking. Now he's super nice, you know what I'm saying? So about a day or two later, I happen to be outside. I'm walking down the track, and this dude that I got into it with, he's kicking on the laundry door, like blam, 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 blam. Now here comes this older black lady. She's walking, and she has on street clothes. But this lady happens to be the warden of the prison. Her name was Miss Tut. And so he's kicking on the door. Blam, blam. Now she's walking down, coming toward him as he's kicking on the door. And she says to him, hey, stop kicking on that door. And he tell her something crazy. I forget his exact words, but he tell her something crazy, right? And so she says, do you know who I am? He said, yeah, I know who you are. Because maybe she was giving him the benefit of the doubt because, like I said, she was dressed in street clothes. She didn't have on a uniform or anything like that. So she was a black lady. So maybe she's giving him the benefit of a doubt, saying, hey, you know, I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm the warden, you know, stop what you're doing and especially stop your disrespectful talk. That's the way she asked the question. Like, do you know who I am? He said, yeah, I don't give a hell who you is, or I don't give a damn who you is, or something. He said something disrespectful. So then she called a couple of guards over there, told them to cuff him up. They handcuffed him, walked him up off the yard, and I never seen him again, right? But I could be 100% wrong, and I'm merely just speculating here, right? But I believe the reason he done that was embarrassment. I believe he was trying to get up off the yard because I'm pretty sure, his homies was clowning him. Because when you get into it, like I say, when you get into it in the building, dudes go back out there to the yard. Hey, yeah, man, chill, and such just got into it or whatever, right? And like I say, he had a couple of homies or two in the building. When me and him got into it, it was strictly one-on-one. Nobody tried to jump in from either side or whatever and stuff like that. Nobody even acted like they was gonna get in the fight, So I believe though afterwards, his homies was probably clowning him. Oh man, you gonna let that dude whoop you? You gonna let that old dude, that square dude whoop you? Plus, let's keep it 100, not everybody, but you have some cats from LA who's like, man, you gonna let a dude from IE whoop you? Them dudes is way down there. They ain't got nothing going on, because some people feel that if you're not from a major town where it's a lot of shooting and gang banging and this and that, you're not from their city, then you're not tough as them. Some people feel that automatically being from a certain area makes them tougher than the next person. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just a story right there, man. How dude, I definitely believe due to the glasses, he had me twisted and I had to beat, pop, boop, put them lefts and rights on him. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Oh yeah, like I said, once again, man, shout out to my boy Spook. Spook had life. He ended up eventually getting paroled. They extradited him back to Belize. Shout out to my guy Crazo. He was down there. Baby D from A-Tray happened to be in that particular building. Day from 4-Tray. It was a lot of us up in there, man. 2 Cent from Broadway. Who else was up in that building, man? There was a lot of us up in there having a good time, man. But anyway, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.